Hi there. My name's Hillary. I'm a librarian at the Fredericton Public Library. I actually grew up in St. John on the west side. Did you know that there's actually 3 libraries in St. John that you can use? There's the East Branch, the one uptown, we call it the main branch, and then the West Branch in the Lancaster Mall. That's actually where my mom worked when I was growing up. So I work in a bigger library in Fredericton, kind of similar to the one in St. John, called the main branch. We have 3 departments here. One that works with kids, as you can see here. We have a department that deals with checking in and out all the books that you take out and that you return. And then we have my department. We are called the Community Library Services, and we help work with teens, adults, and seniors. We organize programs that people can take part in for free. We help with computer questions, and we also answer all sorts of different questions. We also do a lot of things behind the scenes that you might not get to see. We buy books. One of my favorite things we get to do is go out into the community, well, we used to before the pandemic, and do things like this. We get to tell people about all the cool things the library has to offer. Another one of my favorite things to do is to create skill kits for patrons. So these are kits that you might take home that include things like learning how to knit, learning Braille, all sorts of different hobbies and topics. I love putting these together for people. A big part of my day is working on a computer. So this is where we have the program that we can look up all the stuff that we have, everything from books and movies to CDs. We have board games, musical instruments, things like the skill kits that I showed you. This is how we look all that up so that we can find it for you guys, your parents. I love working with people. We get to meet all sorts of different people in so many different ways, whether it's just finding a book or helping a senior learn how to use their iPad so they can talk to their grandkids, maybe on the other side of the country. Sometimes we help people that are a bit more difficult, but all around, this is what makes every day at the library interesting and different. Working in a library, we actually use words and numbers quite a bit, and we need to look up books for people, do internet searches for information, and things like that. So we use words a lot. As you can see, the titles are on the outside of the book, so sometimes we need to be able to look that up and then go to the shelf and find them. And when it comes to numbers, we use them to organize our informational books, cookbooks, things about history, true stories, things like that. The way we organize them is a special library system called the Dewey Decimal System. Each number represents a subject, like here, and the number gets more specific as you get further into that subject. Then, when you have the right number, all the books that are on the same topic are organized together. Like here, these are all cookbooks. Reading was a big one for me. Nowadays, we do a lot more than just check out books for people at the library, but I learned to enjoy reading right through school. And this gave me a passion to want to work at the library. Sure that you love what you're doing. If you love drawing, reading, building things, coding, whatever it is, let that guide you, because you really want to love what you do to succeed in what you do. I love books. So I think my strengths and talents allow me to be a really well-rounded worker and to be one that people come to when they have questions about even the small things. I work hard. Like I said, I love what I do. I'm good with all the different things we have to do at the library, and with people. So a big character trait for working in a library is something called empathy. So empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of somebody else, not just yourself, but you can understand how other people feel. So, like I've been saying, a big part of my job is working with the public. We work with all sorts of different people. They can be young, they can be old, families, everything. Everyone has or comes from different circumstances. So being able to understand them and have that empathy, whether they're happy, sad, if they're being difficult, anything like that, you need that to work in a public library.